There are a lot of songs being performed on the first take, so inevitably, some of them are bound to fly under the radar. That's why I've decided to talk about 5 underrated performances on the first take. Underrated is a very vague and biased concept. We tend to think artists we like are underrated, and artists we don't appreciate are overrated. Therefore, to stop people from commenting something like YOASOBI is underrated, I have determined that since the first take has over 10 million subscribers, only videos with fewer views than 10 million are qualified. The rest will be judged by my subjective fathoming. But don't worry, I have put a lot of thought into my selections. And if your pick doesn't make the list, do leave a comment. As you can see, this video is labeled Volume 1 because I intend on turning this into an ongoing series, as the first take is pumping out new performances pretty much every week, and you really can't fit all the underrated songs into one video. Now that I have explained everything you need to know about this video/series, without further ado, let's get started. Number 5, Buckingham by Wednesday Campanella. It shouldn't come off as a surprise because it's on the thumbnail, and if you've seen my story of the first take video, I left a comment saying I'm obsessed with that performance. Buckingham is not my favorite song being performed on the channel, and I wouldn't even say it's the best performance, because that spot still belongs to Lisa. However, for me, it was a flawless performance. The vocalist, Utaha, took the song to another level with her charisma. The original version of Buckingham has more elements of EDM to it, and while I do enjoy it, that version does feel a bit overproduced, in the sense that Utaha's charming performance style is being held back. But the first take version toned down the music, and listeners were able to focus on Utaha's amazing vocal control and her unique pronunciation. Also, while the premise of the first take is to focus solely on the music, Utaha's precise and mesmerizing movements, combined with her facial expressions, added a different dimension to the performance. The views for Buckingham are currently sitting at 5.7 million, and in comparison, Wednesday Campanella's other song, Edison, has a whopping 20 million views. So I'd say it's quite underrated. Number 4, Tomoyo by Kanjani 8. To be honest with you, I generally don't listen to overly positive songs or male idol music. So Tomoyo is actually breaking 2 of my norms. As for how I found out about Tomoyo, it is the theme song of one of my favorite J-dramas, Oru no Hanashi wa Nagai. In an age where many J-pop songs and the lyrics are becoming harder to understand, due to the production and artists being able to showcase their unique personalities, like Buckingham by Wednesday Campanella, Tomoyo, with its old-fashioned music style, really felt like a breath of fresh air. The lyrics are straightforward, and the message they're trying to convey through this song is simple. It is already an uplifting song, but the overflow of passion by Kanjani's performance on the first take really makes you feel like there's no obstacle you cannot overcome. The video currently has 8.6 million views, but since 2 performances were packaged into one video, plus Japanese audiences likely contributed most of the views. As the channel aimed towards international viewers, I think it's fair to consider Tomoyo underrated. Number 3, Heavy Smoke by Nishina. Nishina is an artist that I believe has the potential to become one of the more popular singers in not just Japan, but also internationally due to her unique and beautiful voice that transcends any language barrier. Also, similar to Ikura from YOASOBI, Nishina was also part of the acoustic session unit, Pulasonica. I was pleasantly surprised when the first take announced her appearance, because even though I've been listening to her music since her debut in 2020, I wasn't aware that Heavy Smoke got so much attention within the J-pop community. and Nishina has deservedly so become popular enough to perform on the first take. And her performance didn't disappoint. Her ability to channel so much emotion through her unique and beautiful voice, accompanied by a special arrangement of the song adding piano and string instruments, making the first take version even better than the original. The video currently has 4.5 million views, while the original music video is slightly higher at 7 million. As a solo artist, Nishina hasn't been active for very long, and the view count modestly reflects her popularity at this moment. But I have to include her, because her discography, including this amazing performance, is just underrated. Number 2. Matataki by Austin City Club. Austin City Club has been one of my favorite J-pop bands for almost a decade now, so naturally I'm going to have to put them on the list. The long-awaited big break for Austin City Club finally happened in 2021, when Waselena gained mainstream traction after being selected as the theme song for the movie Hanataba Mitai na Koi o Shita. However, the follow-up single, Matataki, unfortunately failed to achieve the level of success Waselena did. The biggest highlight from their performance is, in my opinion, the guitarist, Morishi. Generally speaking, it is inevitable that lead vocals will receive most of the spotlight, no matter what band it is, and especially so when performing on the first take. Take Kanabun as an example. Their performance of Nai Mononetari barely featured the drummer and guitarist in the video. The word I would use to describe Matataki is harmony. The lead vocals Atagi and Porin's silky smooth voices perfectly complement each other, while the use of violins and piano brings a calming presence. But what elevates the song, especially the first take version, is Morishi's brief but impactful guitar solo. Just when you think the song has reached its climax, Morishi took it to another level with his guitar. Austin City Club's biggest hit, Waselena, currently has 78 million views for its music video, while the first take version has 11 million. However, Matataki only has 850,000 views, which makes it extremely underrated. Number 1. Kanashi uta ga aru riyu by Higuchi Ai. Higuchi Ai has been low-key one of the best singer-songwriters in J-pop for the past decade, and she finally got her first taste of mainstream attention with Attack on Titan's final season's ED, Akuma no Ko. However, there are still so many hidden gems in her discography that I want to discuss, like Radio Taiso and Tokyo, but today I'll be focusing on another great song of hers, Kanashi uta ga aru riyu, which translates into the reason why sad songs exist. While the song was written from a female's perspective, the storytelling was done so masterfully that anyone who's ever been hit deep by a sad song should find it relatable. This piano ballad on the first take is one of the rare instances where the performance was 100% acoustic and fully delivered by the artist. It might not be the most impressive showcase of vocals or skills, but it is one that sticks to you for a long time. The video currently has 1.1 million views, and considering how emotionally impactful and unique the performance is, I didn't hesitate one bit on giving it the number 1 spot of this edition's 5 underrated performances on the first take. And again, if your pick didn't make the list, feel free to leave a comment and you just might see it on volume 2. This has been Cushion. See you next time.